Good day everyone, it's Mike Cousins here from Online Practice. This is the first of a number of tutorials aimed at showing you how the practice websites have changed over the years. I've been designing websites now for accountants and other professionals for the last 15 years, and we've seen a marked difference in the design of the modern contemporary site very much over the last 18 months to 2 years. Today I'm just going to scratch the surface to show you some of the obvious and basic elements of a more contemporary site compared to one that we may have designed a few years ago. The differences in these websites are going to be plainly obvious, but I'm hopefully going to connect this to the experiences of users and why the websites are changing in this manner. So to begin with, you'll see that I've been scrolling through a series of recent websites which are clients of ours, and you'll see that a lot of them, in fact all of them, are filling the screen. These types of sites are known as responsive. So if we scroll through a few, here's one which will fill the screen here. You'll see some sliding imagery at the top, which is a theme throughout what we do. If you have a look here, there's a slightly bigger image at the top. And this one I've picked because not only does it have sliding images, but we've also built in a video, which adds just another element. Now compare those to some websites we would have designed a few years ago. Here are a few just to show you the contrast. Immediately you should see that they're more fixed width, there's a lot more wording, and they're less glamorous. I'll just flick through a series of a few here, and you'll see the obvious and stark differences between them. Some are slightly bigger and do have scrolling imagery, but they're much smaller and designed for a different period in time. So the three most obvious areas that you'll see with the more contemporary sites, this one here, the Hewitt Card one, and the John Davis one, you'll notice there is much more visual impact. You'll also notice that they fill the screen, and we call this responsive, so they'll work very well on all sorts of different platforms. Whether you're looking at an iPad or a phone, they will resize accordingly on any platform. The other thing you'll notice is they will all scroll quite a lot. So there's a lot more information to scroll down to, so I'll just move down this one. You'll still see the same with Hewitt Card and the John Davis one as well. So there's always the big visual impact images to start with, which fill the majority of the screen, and then you can scroll down to see further elements of the website. In the older websites, such as this one, more time and energy was spent on the wording and the content. However, we've realised in recent years that people just aren't reading that content. So what we've done is we've flipped it and discovered that people want to see more visually appealing imagery and click much more easily navigatable buttons. So switching back to the more contemporary websites, you'll see here we've got the moving images at the top that have a very strong impact with some very strong strap lines, short and brief and very memorable. However, you can still navigate around the site very easily using these easy to understand buttons that will take you to the relevant areas of the site. What you'll also notice on this particular site and the others, that the images all have a specific theme. They're all connected to some of the mission statements of that firm. So a lot more effort has gone into this visual impact. So in the past that has gone into the wording, but the visual impact is imperative. So what we've done is we've picked, in this case, video or imagery that is evocative, and we've added to that very memorable, punchy mission statements. Users then get an immediate idea of the idea of the firm, what they're about, and these punchy, memorable lines are easy to remember. In all cases, we've still got the idea that you've got these visually appealing, chunky buttons that are easy to navigate. So here on SBCA you've got the 3 buttons here: accounting and taxation, business development and private wealth. On Hewitt Card you can scroll down and find you've got advice, strength, direction and growth. The same also applies to John Davis here. As you go down you'll see the areas: the virtual financial director, the integrated service and the specialist advice. All very easy to understand and easy to navigate. So the purpose of today was just to scratch the surface and show you the obvious ways that web design is changing for today's business. Stay tuned, and what we're going to be doing in our next series of tutorials is to focus more in on certain elements of these websites. So today it was just an idea to scratch the surface to give you an impression of how websites are changing. If you wish to discuss any of the elements that we've talked about today, don't hesitate to give me a call, and it's Mike Cousins at Online Practice.